Hey, this is Ben Cubbage from Western China, and I'm going to give you a little look into our quarantine. We have about 80 cases of coronavirus in our city of 2 million people, which is enough to lock our entire city down for about 7 to 10 days, which means we're basically not allowed to leave our house or apartment complex for those 7 or 10 days. They're going to do testing every single day for the next 5 days, coronavirus testing, and once those tests come out with zero positive test results, then we're allowed to leave our house. So here's a day in the life of our lockdown quarantine this week in Western China. Okay, first things first. I don't know if you can hear it, but this is our window in our apartment here. Fortunately, we live on the first floor, so we have a nice view of some grass and bushes out here. So we have a little bit of view in nature, but right first thing in the morning, we always wake up about 7:30 in the morning, and we can hear a lady on a megaphone saying, "Please, everyone, come do your coronavirus test." And so we wake up to that, and which means everyone in our apartment complex will be going to do a coronavirus test throughout the day. A little bit later look on that. So, the speaker you just saw is just playing a message reminding all of us in our apartment to go get the coronavirus test today. They are saying that today's coronavirus test closes at 12 noon, so we have to get up between probably 8 and 12 to do the test. Everyone in our apartment will do this test. And the coronavirus test is generally becoming kind of a gold standard as far as travel, even if you want to enter a mall, if you want to go to a restaurant these days. China has built thousands of now permanent coronavirus test stations. So this is going to be a kind of a new normal in our life, the coronavirus test. If you want to fly, you have to have a coronavirus test within 48 hours. It's kind of what we do now. It's just part of our life. Anything you do or anywhere you go, you have to have a coronavirus test. And so it's just kind of, it's as common as a 7-Eleven or a Walmart in America or a Starbucks. This is kind of the new thing. Coronavirus test stands everywhere. So the other thing that we do, generally from about 9 in the morning to about 12 lunchtime, is online school for our kids. Our kids are in an international school here in Western China, but that's been shut down for about a month, which means they're doing kind of these online Zoom calls with their classes, and here's a little look at that.
Just making guacamole?
So that's about 8:30 to 12 in the morning online class for our kids. Hopefully they'll get back to their international school, going to physical school in the next week or two, because we're pretty ready to have the house back to ourselves. But after online school, we generally fix some ramen noodles like this, or maybe some frozen jiaozi like this. Ooh. Okay, just got back from our daily shopping spree, going to our little mini mart. So imagine kind of living out of like a 7-Eleven or maybe like a gas station type store, you know, with candy bars, sugary drinks, Pepsi, stuff like that, for about a month. That's kind of what we've been doing. So our selection is a little bit limited. And because it's limited, I get really excited about the new flavors of ramen or noodles that we can try. These are the, what we call fangbian mian, or convenient noodles, or ramen noodles. Are basically instant noodles. Really excited about this new egg flavor here. And then we have some sour flavored leaf noodles. Those look pretty good. Excited to try something new there. And then we have another, this one is a dry cooked spice. Very exciting. Dry cooked spicy noodle, so that should be really good. Okay, so this was actually a little different than I thought. This is just a normal ramen without a special chemical heating pack. So, we got some spices here. Vegetables.
Can I help you
These are our
in?
daily vegetables that we're getting every day because of our ramen. Okay, think we're ready. Ooh, smells good. It smells spicy too.
I love spicy.
So this is what's for lunch and dinner for the next 7 days. Then after lunch, we are off to do our daily coronavirus test, which is kind of the highlight of our day because we get to get outside the house, which is really fun. Fortunately, we live in a place with a nice garden that's very livable, and we can have a walk around the Shalchu or the apartment complex while we're doing our coronavirus test. And so that's kind of the highlight of our day because we get to get out of our house, and we're going there right now. Okay, so this is the highlight of our day when we get to get out of our house and walk around a little bit. It's funny how lockdown just kind of makes you enjoy the simple things about the day. What would normally just be kind of the most basic or fundamental part of our day is actually the highlight, which is just taking a little walk in the sun and walking by some bushes and getting a coronavirus test. That's when we get to get out of the house, and it's a nice opportunity. So yeah, we're thankful. It's a simple life. It's paring down something as simple as buying an apple or taking a walk. It's just kind of about enjoying the simple things rather than getting caught up in busyness and complexities, and we're just kind of enjoying the time and the rest, and yeah, just waiting for things to get back to normal.
Getting our coronavirus test?
Oh, what do you think? Is the line moving fast today?
Yes, I was just now in the very back of the line, and now I'm almost in the front in 2 seconds.
Yeah, pretty good. They do this super efficiently. They tie it all to a little QR code. You can see this little QR code. You scan it, and then everyone scans these QR codes here, and it brings up your results. So that's the coronavirus test. I stood in line about 5 minutes. We go under a little blue tent, and they just stick a little Q-tip swab in our throat, and then they take the test and they collect it. And they're doing that with 2 million people 5 times every week. So that's 10 million tests every week. It used to be that you'd have to go to a hospital like the Red Cross Hospital or People's Hospital here and wait in line for an hour or two to get a test. But these days, it's been made so accessible. Coronavirus testing is inside our apartments. It's on every street corner. It's under every blue tent. So yeah, it's just very accessible. And the line I just waited in was, maybe it took me 2 to 3 minutes to do the whole thing, start to finish. It's all connected to an app and a QR code that all is on our phones, and everyone has a smartphone these days. So super easy, super techy, and yeah, it's accessible. So that's daily life in China, and even after lockdowns, these things, the coronavirus tests will continue. Okay, after online school, the kids have the afternoon off to kind of hang around. They're generally discouraged from being outside. So, what have we been doing in our house, Phoebe?
Well, I've just been doing a lot of art and making these robots, and
Wow.
I have made all of these.
After we've spent a couple hours inside the house in the afternoon making paper robots, then we usually take our daily trip to the little grocery store or mini mart and just walk around there. Generally those stores are kind of boring, there's not much going on there, but for us that's all we have to do. So we spend maybe an hour walking around the store and just looking what's new in the store. So you may be thinking, didn't I just see a lockdown video from Ben like a week or 2 ago? And yes, you did. So we were in about 7 to 10 days of lockdown for about 100 total cases about 2 weeks ago. And then we got out, we're like, yay, we're free. Life kind of got back to normal. The restaurants weren't open, but they were only doing takeout. And then we're like, yay, we're kind of back to normal. And then as soon as we kind of got back out of our house, we spent maybe 2-3 days just walking around, and then everything locked down again. So yeah, just a few cases is enough to kind of lock down our whole city, but at least we live in a beautiful place and just in kind of enjoying the simple life and enjoying the sounds of birds out here until things open up again.